Hello, good morning to all. My name is Nikhil Pisay and I welcome you all to this webinar. So today's webinar topic is Leap to Platform, that is 3DEXPERIENCE platform. Let's see what is today's agenda. So first we will start with first look at 3DEXPERIENCE platform. Then we will see design and manage how we can design and manage with 3DEXPERIENCE platform. Then we will see we will have a brief look overview on the PLM capabilities of platform. Then we will see cloud-based X apps are there. Then we will take an overview on the recent enhancement into the SolidWorks features. Then we will see what are the benefits you get when you are under subscription. Then we will see some additional PLM solutions. Then we will have a look at the value upgrade offers for you, and then we will be open for a Q&A session. So so let's get to know 3DEXPERIENCE platform. So what is 3DEXPERIENCE platform? So it's not only a design platform; it's a business innovation platform. It gives you the business operating systems, collaboration system, data management system, product design and development system, and communication system. So it's more than a gateway to a 3D CAD. So what is 3DEXPERIENCE SolidWorks? So 3DEXPERIENCE SolidWorks combines the ease of use of SolidWorks with the power and breadth of the 3DEXPERIENCE platform. So 3DEXPERIENCE platform is a secured collaborative one-stop shop for everyone in the design and manufacturing ecosystem. So it can be accessed from anywhere at any time and on any device with the web browser and internet connection. So today, me and my colleague, Mr. Gaurav, will work collaboratively to store, share, manage, view, and mark up the data present onto the cloud. Okay, so let's see. Let me open the Chrome browser, and I'm logging into my 3D passport using my platform link. I'm just adding my login credential over here. So we are working on a web browser, and we are also working on a 3D dashboard. So the dashboard. So you will be seeing the dashboards. So dashboards are the fully customizable view of 3DEXPERIENCE platform. So think this as your project homepage. So we are seeing like a few things, few of the many tools available where you can store, share, and view your data. So into the 3D play, you can just visualize your 3D CAD data, or you can just take the overview of it. Then at the left side, you can see the social collaboration tool where you can share information in real time, like you regularly do on any social platform. So we can access some of the commonly used model over here. And currently we are working on one project called Biodapt. So we are seeing the 3D view of Biodapt into the 3D play. And in the community, there is some post regarding some design change required from our team. So our FEA team has performed some simulation onto the Motoni assembly that project we are working on, and into the 3D drive we can just see the video in which they have added the fixtures to as per the requirement. Then they have performed a linear static simulation, and as a result, they got to know that there is like excessive deformation into the pin. And at the top, we need to validate the motion by changing the pin location. So my colleague, Mr. Gaurav, will work onto the assembly to resolve this issue and recreate that part. So over to you, Gaurav. So Gaurav will take you to the actual how the component will be created and can be stored onto the platform. Over to you, Gaurav.
Hello, good morning to all. Thank you, Nikhil, for the informative introduction. So just like Nikhil, I will be using my credentials to access the 3DEXPERIENCE platform. Okay. So just logging it into it. So we will be presenting with the dashboard here. So Nikhil just have explained us what is dashboard. This is basically a project homepage on which we can place multiple applications assigned to us. So this is for as per the design dashboard, which is customized by me. So we will search for the Motoni assembly on a platform. Okay. So leveraging the search tool that present on the platform and dragging dropping it the content into the required application. So as Nikhil explained, 3D Play is application used for the annotation and visualization, and dragging dropping those assemblies into SolidWorks directly. So dragging dropping assemblies or CAD data directly into SolidWorks is that easy. Now opening the Motoni assembly, as an individual sub-assembly, just rebuild this error. Okay, here we are represented with the Motoni assembly, so we need to work on it. The lower bracket which is there, that we need to change. Okay, so let's take its dimension. It's 65 by 25 by 40 mm in width. So first let's start modifying this assembly, deleting the old components which are there. So all components have been deleted, and shock absorber assembly is free to move. Okay. So this is another part, the another version of lower bracket, which we have on the SolidWorks 3D Experience platform. So let's add this part into the existing Motoni assembly. Before that, we need to provide some provisions to it. Older bracket has those provisions. So let's search for the older bracket within SolidWorks. The older bracket has been saved on our 3D Experience platform. So we are leveraging the 3D search access or data access and data search within SolidWorks. So here is the lower bracket which has provision at the bottom side, 10 mm hole, on the top side 25 mm clearance hole with 2 mm saw cut. So let's incorporate those features into the new lower bracket. So for that we will directly use those features. So let's file those components on left and right respectively. So multi-selecting those features directly and dropping it onto the new lower bracket. Here we will come with the message for dangling errors regarding dimension references. So we'll select the dangle here. As of now, you can see features has been implemented. Let's close the older bracket and work on the sketch of that hole to rectify those errors and provide valid relations. So again, just dragging and dropping the points and providing references. This looks okay, fully defined. Let's close this sketch. So bracket has been changed. The drawing of that bracket has been already uploaded on platform. So let's switch to it. And as you can see, the drawing has been also been updated as per the changes. Uh, okay, so let's add some annotations, just like center marks. Okay, from the manufacturing point of view, adding some center lines here also in the front view. Uh, so you can use mouse gestures, and many customization can be done from the user interface in the recent SolidWorks enhancement, adding some section view and some detailed annotations for it. Okay, let's adjust our standard view to place this section view on our sheet, adding some dimensions. So here, if you see, I'm using mouse gestures to access those features instead of searching for the features. So dimensions has been added. Let's add a center dimension for the center mark that we just added, which is 20 mm. Okay, so changes has been done from parts and drawing end. So if we go for the 3D experience add-in, which is on the right task pane, and just let me just clear those searches. Here we are presented with certain icons. As you can see, drawing, the status for the drawing is that we haven't saved it on platform. Part has been saved. Green key shows that the part has been reserved by us, okay, with the A1 revision. So let's just save those parts and drawing again on the 3D experience platform. Here we are seeing is the drawing and part directly being saving on a 3D experience rather than any local folder or shell. So let's insert this new lower bracket into the vMoto assembly. So here we will be using SmartMate features, again a functionality of SolidWorks. So directly by dropping it into the SolidWorks, it will get snapped to the mouse board assembly. It will get coincident and concentric mates along with that pin. Let's close that part. And now if you see, the rotation is still free of that lower bracket. Let's snap it to the pin by using SmartMate feature by simply pressing down the Alt key. Now here we need to again insert a shoulder pin of M625. So let's search for it. Again, leveraging the search options or the functionality of the 3D Experience platform within SolidWorks. So here you can see we are integrating SolidWorks with the platform capabilities. Again, placing this pin by using SmartMate features. Shock absorber assembly can be also positioned by the same method. The changes, this hole needed to be changed to 16 mm, okay, for the maintenance purpose of that pin. So let's check the motion of this assembly. Okay, looks fine with the new lower bracket and pin. Okay, as the post suggested or the study suggested, there has been interference at the upper part. So let's change this upper pin by simply editing its existing meds and redefining its references. The pin has been relocated. Okay, the motions other components has been changed as per it. Still looks fine, but for you check for this, let's check for this assembly. Here we are presented with the two interferences. So let's change display state wireframe for better visualization. And if we explore the interference result, we will be prompt with the components which are incorporated for those interference. So for visualization, let's take a section view. Okay, here we will get a better idea. If we move component, we can easily see there has been an interference. Again, for a better understanding, let's go to the move component by selecting collision detection settings and for a select parts. Now, if we move this assembly, okay, we can see motion gets being restricted due to the upper mount plate, the draft which has been placed or the which is there for the upper mount plate. So let's change the draft from 5 to 12 degree. Okay, now if we see or for the motion by just dragging and dropping it, okay, it's getting the motion is getting to up to fully extent. So the upper mount plate part which has been changed. So let's search for its drawing again by the task pane by simply putting 840 part number. I don't know its name. So let's go by the part number, drag and drop in SolidWorks. So here is drawing, which is updated with the latest draft angle. Okay, so the part and drawing both has been changed. Now, if we clear the search result, we see both has been changed here. The status icon shows here, and both are in with A1 revision and in the release maturity state. So we can't change any document which has been set in release state. So we need to create a new revision. So here is we are seeing some revision management abilities of 3D Experience SolidWorks and adding some comment for future references. So no need for any manual revision control. The revision has been updated to B1 with in-work maturity steps. So here is how 3D Experience revision management works and avoids the duplication on platform. So let's close this drawing and then switching back to the assembly. The exploded view for this assembly is already there. So let's change those features to incorporate our newly added parts. Okay, so let's edit this feature, selecting those features and translating them as per our need. And for better interaction, let's add some exploded lines to it. So adding exploded lines for both pin and new lower bracket. Also to make it incorporated with existing exploded lines, let's just jog this new lower bracket. Okay, that looks good. So we are done with the changes from our end. Let's search for the vMotoni assembly drawing. So let's by putting Motoni. Here are the some results. Again, dragging and dropping it into the SolidWorks to open that drawing. Here we can see the changes has been done in assembly drawing. There are some tangling errors for the balloons that has been already there. So let's solve those errors by repositioning the pointers on the new parts. As you can see, they has been updated as per the part numbers, and similarly the bomb also has been updated. Okay, on sheet 2 the overall dimensions remain same, but it is updated with the new components like lower bracket pin and the new position of upper mount pin. Okay, so both assembly and drawings again updated on a live collaboration or the live changes has been taking place. No need to check. The icons represents us the part and assemblies that has been changed. All these components were in a release state. So saving those drawing and components. IFS represent us that components that recently changed. Okay, so we will select a new revision setting and add some comments for future references. And but just by clicking on saving, drawing and assembly with the new revision will get saved on platform. So here we have saved data access, data searching, the revision management. That has been the advantages that we get along with the SolidWorks in 3D Experience SolidWorks. So both drawing and assembly has been updated. So I'm handing over to Nikhil to showcase you some cloud-based apps that we can also get on 3D Experience platform. So over to you, Nikhil.
Thank you, Gaurav, for the excellent presentation. Yes, so we will see. Into my SolidWorks window itself at the task pane. Okay, so I can see the task pane in the task pane area. So there are some collaborative there is another app called collaborative task into the platform. So here you can see. So like some sections are there, like to do in work and completed. So whatever the task will be first created will be first into go into the to do stage. So once I start working onto that specific task, so I can just push that into the in work, and once I completed, so I can just check it as a completed. So this is collaborative task. So here some task is assigned to me to create a 4-bar linkage. So here it is mentioned that linkage is being created with the help of XDesign app, and I need to add that into the view to foot assembly. And also I should attempt to remove reduce its weight because it's on a bit higher side. Okay, so I can just start working on the task assigned to me. Okay, so here into the task itself, you can see what are the file I want to work on and what is the timeline given to me, like a duration in which I want to complete that task. And all the day, all after my completion, I can just attach the files onto the deliverables. So I just started working onto this task. So I can just directly drag and drop the files which was attached into the task. Okay, and here into the task area, you can see like a context of that specific task and maturity currently in which the maturity state it is in, time or duration which is given to me to complete that task, then assigning, and then attachment on which I want to work upon. So I can just directly open that file into the SolidWorks quickly, and I can open the link file as well. But as mentioned into task, it was mentioned that the link was created with some cloud apps, cloud design app. So, but still, SolidWorks can read that file. So we can use that file into our Solid assembly. So I can just directly add to add this link, and then I can just mirror it to other side. So once I'm done, so I will show some hardware which is already present into the assembly. So all like fasteners and bearings and all. So here I have updated this assembly. So I need to first check whether its assembly is working properly or not. So now it's working fine. So I just making it normal, and I will save that file onto the platform. As you can see over here, first I need to reserve that file which are changed, so as I can save the changes. So I have just reserved that file and saved onto the platform. Yes. So now it's being saved onto the platform. So the partial task is completed. Like I have to use that XDesign file or that link file and add into the assembly, VF2 assembly. And now what I want to I was assigned to me is weight is on bit on a higher side. I need to remove some material. And at the right side in task pane, you can see there's also entire SolidWorks assembly history tree structure is present, and here the SolidWorks icon is present. So it is mentioning that it's a SolidWorks file, so it's part file or assembly file. At the bottom, you can see link is showing as a 3DEXPERIENCE file. So it's made with the help of cloud apps. So what I can do, I can directly drag and drop that file from the SolidWorks and into the browser. So here I'm again going to the dashboard, and into the dashboard I have already added some apps which are required for this specific project. So this is XDesign. So XDesign is a history-based, it's very similar to that of SolidWorks. So it's a history-based modeling tool. So I'm just dragging and dropping that link file onto my browser and into that specific XDesign file app. And here at the left side, you can see all the history of that feature history of that component. So I just currently working. So I just push that into the in-work stage, and I can just again check what are the things I want to do. And then again, so as I'm doing the changes into the link file, I need to first check whether it's having some relation with the other files or whether it's having used in which assembly. So I need to check its relation with the other files or other components. So as it is showing that it's been used in wave to foot assembly. Then, so I need to remove the material. So I have already added some features over here. So at the left side, you can see all the what are the features. So feature name are very similar. Like you can see extrude cut is there. So I added sketch. So similar way, as you work onto SolidWorks, you can just use this XDesign within a very minimal time. You can get used to you working that used to working on that file. Okay. Then at the bottom you can see so the this action bar. I'm just opening that assembly file into the XDesign. So it will just quickly switch at the specific component. Then into left side you can see SolidWorks icon is mentioning that it's a SolidWorks file, and at the bottom it will show the like a proper icon which when it is being created with the help of cloud apps. So at the bottom you can see two links are being added. And then I will add the new component as I just started working onto the another task to create the cover. So another task was to create a cover for the some aesthetically looking good looking cover for the foot. So here I added this cover, and now you can see all this other components are showing as a wireframe model. And so cover, I'm just enable this part environment. So I'm working onto this cover file. Then so if I want to work onto the create some cover, so I need to use some surface modeling technique as per the regular SolidWorks features. So here we also have the SolidWorks surfacing techniques as well. We can use a surface but we will have to draw some create some sketches, then create various planes. So instead of that, here we will be using some primitive clay modeling techniques. Okay, so here. So here currently we are into XDesign, but I want to work on X shape. So I can just quickly seamlessly switch the apps, but the model will remain same. I can just use some shortcut called X, and I can just quickly switch between the two windows, two apps actually. So here some another tab is added, subdivision. So in which we have some primitive shapes, like it's a clay modeling technique too. So here I can directly use some primitive shapes. I just drag and drop onto required location. I just need to push pull as a clay modeling technique. So here some primitive shapes like box, cylinder, globe, torus, cones are present. So for my this requirement, I'm using the box. So I can just placing at the origin, and there are some multiple subdivisions at different directions. So as per requirement, I am adding the subdivisions. I can just scale it by just pulling and pushing the handle. As per the and you can see there are some various points are there, some various edges we can select. And first I want to create that component as a symmetric. So I just adding the symmetry. Then I just selected some edges, so and convert that as a flat edge. And I'm selecting this selecting some points, and with the help of robot or the handle, I can just push the surface from the bottom. And here we have selection in which direction I want to push or pull that surface or the primitive shape. So as also we can see some ruler is there, ruler is present. So you can use some dimension as well. Dimension reference are there, so you can use it. So I want to extend the length of that primitive, so I can just select some certain portion and I can just drag it. And if you want to tilt, we give some draft or like I can say tilt that primitive shapes at certain angle, or also if you want to follow some arc. Like if I want to shape, I want to have shape like this. So I can just trace some line. It will follow that the shape or primitive will follow that shape. So it's looking fine. And now we will add some another features. So I'm just pushing. Then I will remove the symmetry. So now I can just play with it like whichever type of shape or whatever the faces I want to just pull. Which I need to just generate some aesthetically good looking feature. It should be look like a feet or the shoes. By just pushing pull various surfaces faces. So now it's done. It's looking fine. Now it's looking good. So but it's solid. So I need to make it hollow or add some thickness to it. So I can just I can quickly use some features like I want to add the shell to it. So I can just add the shell, select the faces, and in which direction I want to add, and then do the thickness to it. Okay. Then once the shell is added, now as we are creating cover, so it should be manufacturable. So as a plastic, as it's a plastic component, so we will be using the mold technique. So it should be easy to remove from the mold. So I will use the draft analysis tool to check the whether the faces are properly drafted or not. It will give the draft analysis will give the visual indication whether faces can be easily removed from the mold or not. Again, I'm just keeping this draft analysis on and can just editing that subdivision feature. So now I'm just pulling the edges to get the achievable result. So I can just quickly get the visual feedback like now it's converting into the green. So now it's manufacturable. It's being converted as a manufacturable component. So we are done. So now it's look good. So I'm just saving that component onto the platform again. And again, I'm just drag and drop into the deliverables into the task itself. I'm attaching that deliverables into the task, and I'm just pushing that task into the completed stage. So my manager will be notified regarding this completion of that task. So I can just drag and drop seamlessly into the another dashboard, and I can just view into the 3D plane. 3D Play is very interactive tools. It's very easy to use. Like you can just hide and show some components which are required, and then you can just create some exploded view. Then we can take the section. So to check the assembly internal components, quickly you can just check it with the help of various planes. Then I can add some annotations like some comments regarding what are the tasks which was assigned to me. Uh, I can just add the comments over here. That's as the new cover and link is created and added into the assembly. And again, I can just take a snapshot or screenshot and post it back onto the community post, and take the comments or feedbacks from our team members. Then again, my colleague Mr. Gaurav was worked onto this lower bracket component, so I can just open that as well and take the snapshot of that as well and post that back onto the community. Yes, so just taken the snapshot and post it onto the community post. So the new bracket is completed. So whatever the task was assigned to us, we both have completed the task and just given the feedback, just posted it back onto the platform. Now, so as we have seen this capability of platform, so my colleague Mr. Gaurav will take you through all the features or enhancement over the recent years into the SolidWorks. So over to you, Gaurav.
Thank you, Nikhil, for showcasing the accepts which are the new, or we can say, future leverages to our design approach. The subdivision method is very interactive and easy to work with, okay, rather than our conventional method. So moving ahead, we will be discussing, or I will be representing some new enhancements which are there in SolidWorks 23. So first we will start with part modeling. So there has been some changes in parts and user interface, like we can search for any commands, okay, within a SolidWorks by simply accessing to the shortcut bars and multi-selection tools. The user customization is very much simple, and similarly for adding external threads can be done easily with a new introduction of third wizards. Okay, working with patterns is again more controllable, just like we can skip instance, we can work individually on individual instances by skipping it, or working as a instance to vary, or using instance to vary option to control individual instances. Similarly, for those who are working in a sheet metal modules, the non-planar faces can be utilized for edge flinch. Working with step IGS or graphic body is way more easy in SolidWorks now. Uh, we can incorporate 3D texture tools directly on it, or for the reverse engineering processes, we can get use of slicing tool. More control on applying fillets and chamfers, as they can be applied as a partial fillets and chamfers. And for those who are working in weldment of structural member modules, so working with different profiles gets some troubles, or make some troubles when we are trying to form a particular specific corners. So those can be simplified or rectified in the new enhancement. Moving to the assembly environment, the errors which are there in assemblies can now be automatically repaired with the help of auto repair options. So the assembly features which were there previously with limited end conditions now has all the end conditions which are there at a part level. So assembly editing is again making clear. Common enhancement has been done regarding the large assemblies. So for the example being, the satellite probe has been used for the case study or for the demonstration of to show the optimization taking place in the new enhancement. So as you can see the results, 2022 resolve modes, and difference between 2022 resolve modes and 23 optimized result. The new optimized result is 200% faster, so we can easily work with the large assemblies for editing and opening purposes. Now to the drawings, the bill of material can be shown with the thumbnails. Okay, then it can be exported as a Excel. The bill of material comes with filters just like we use in Excel's document, and the manual override can also be highlighted to for the collaboration. See-through transparency is again a very much advanced enhancement that has been done in the recent SolidWorks version. So the see-through transparency can be applied in the wireframe state. Previously, it was only applicable for the shaded with edges or for the shaded view. Moving ahead, the balloons, auto balloons, or any balloons annotation comes with the quantity operations. So it will directly display you the sub-assembly component or assembly quantity within a drawing. Moving ahead, SolidWorks Visualize. There has been again some great announcement in SolidWorks Visualize. Firstly, we will start with NVIDIA MDL material library, which can directly be utilized in SolidWorks Visualize along with IES profiles, which are there in graphic, which are there on browsers. So they all MDL library and IES profiles directly can be incorporated in SolidWorks Visualize project. Color picker option has been also introduced in new announcement, and same color picker option has been there in CAD also. So no need to uh, worry about the colors or the patches for the to work with. Next, the new Stellar engine uh, has been introduced in SolidWorks to get better rendered still image output. Following, the cosmetic traits can also be recognized in SolidWorks Visualize. So by applying simple text like buff can help us to get better visualization by making our design simple. So moving ahead, these are some services that we provide with active subscription. Just like we can train your new users for the best practices. and to get fully utilization of SolidWorks software. So trainings on SolidWorks CAD and advanced tools like Visualize, Composer, Inspection. Then moving ahead, technical proactive workshop that we conduct on a monthly or quarterly basis. So in that we work on the uh, better utilization of SolidWorks to provide you with automations and to help you with your technical queries. Uh, Similarly, followed by the on-site and online technical support from our expert team. New sessions are there for every new release of SolidWorks and other additional tools. Pilot project activity is a technical session in which we help you by providing guidelines to which should be maintained in your designing process and to help with your query. So technical workshops basically consist of a tips and tricks session, again to implement best practices to follow the organization standard, then to use shortcuts and user interface customization to minimize your design cycle, large assembly handling techniques and editing methods, productivity enhancements for the from the design to the validation purpose. So there are some tech tools for the design annotation and drawing tricks which can be also introduced to you. Configuration equation based automation, uh, assigning and mapping properties in your part assemblies and drawing, customizing your desired library and configuring as per your need. So these are some productivity enhancement, or we can say technical workshops that we provide at your end to increase your productivity and utilization of software. Moving ahead, why PLM solutions? So we are concluding the PLM solutions that we are providing. So the 3D experience SolidWorks, as we have seen by Mr. Nikhil just presented, that we can incorporate 3D experience SolidWorks files directly into the 3D experience platform. So it gives us better leverage to store and manage all the data on cloud. Okay, it helps automatic revision management, okay, on and again on data duplication. So proper data duplication and for better revision control it gives. Similarly, like it gives us access control on and for by giving data secrecy. Okay, so you control your organization resource betterly and in more controlled way. Similarly, user collaboration. So like any social platform, you can collaborate with other users or with other departments by creating your own community or user groups directly onto the platform. Collaborative tasks. So Nikhil has performed some collaborative tasks which was assigned to him. So collaborative task is again a tool which used for easily organize, optimize, and execute tasks in proper manner with the specified times and proper attachments. So here we are just overcoming the misunderstanding and miscommunication problem with the help of task collaborative task. Then again, uh, live visualization. So all data has been saved on 3D experience platform can be viewed in 3D play. So we can see any type of media like images, video, Excel files, or PDF files directly onto the platform and on any device with web browser and simple internet connection. Moving ahead, we can see there are some additional tools that or the apps that you can get along with the 3D experience SolidWorks, that are engineering approval process. So we can lay out a proper path for approval processes, the data that has been saved on cloud, and engineering issue management to deal with, to create, organize, and communicate with product issues in a proper and organized manner. Engineering change management. So we can create change actions to by creating, assigning, and managing the two particular members. So the change action and issue management gives us better leverage to deal with the issues that has been taking place in the current project. Next, these are some additional roles which you can incorporate in your existing 3D platform. So project planner is again a great tool which will help you for project planning and execution processes. So we can create a dependency between tasks and a timeline specific task, and you can directly check the status of the project. So how much task has been done and how much are remaining the task that has been at higher priority. and the status of the project. All can be seen with the help of project planner role. Moving ahead, we can use engineering release, which is a single source of uh, knowledge for the data that has been stored on the 3D experience platform. So it will be helpful to share engineering product definition or engineering related data among your user, or to review all those details directly on cloud.
Open for the Q&A session. So if you have any query regarding whatever you see on into the demonstration or into the webinar, anything, you can just pose the question, and we are open for the question and answer. One is exploded view is auto-generated or need to make first time.
So I would like to answer that. Hello, Gaurav sir. We can create a customized exploded view, which you have seen in 3D Play. It is basically a graphically based. So it is just a simple representation of the exploded view that we can share with our the departments or among your other users. So it is just a graphical representation, sir, that you have been seeing. How that exploded view question is regarding the that we have shown on 3D Play app. Okay, because you customize exploded view in SolidWorks. I hope that. Yes, sir. So Praveen sir just have asked any limitation in desktop version and this cloud one. So not as from the design point of view, you will get additional PDM and PLM solutions of the cloud-based app of the 3D Experience platform along with your SolidWorks in this new offer. So you will get better control on your data management and data secrecy, and for better collaboration with along with your uh, other users. So basically, it removes our system-specific limitations. So you can access your data at any point on any device, just like Nikhil just have explained earlier. So accessing your data and maintaining secrecy, maintaining revision control by reducing data duplicacy. So it helps 3D Experience platform helps in those criteria. I hope that answers your question, Praveen sir. So Parag sir just have asked that do you provide any training sessions on how to use this efficiently? Yes, sir. We do provide trainings along with that. So we start our implementation by introducing 3D Experience platform to you and your users. So how can we access, save those all the CAD data on the 3D Experience platform, and then we our conventional CAD training, which is there with Beacon service.
So Praveen sir has a question that can we use the in-house storage plus your cloud storage simultaneously? Yes, actually you can use it, but sir, whatever whatever the capabilities are available with the PS Audios, 3DEXPERIENCE Audios PLM is available with the cloud. Okay, so whatever the data which is being saved onto the cloud will be having revision management. Okay, so you can control the revision management, version management, and you can just create tasks, add the files to it. So all this PLM lifecycle, product lifecycle management, so you can use the cloud data only. But we are into this traditional solvers, we have the provision to the save data locally as well. So so you, if you want to save that some data onto your local storage, you can save it, but that won't be that won't give you the powerful capabilities of PLM. Okay, so you can just save your data separately, but if you want to enable the PLM, if you want to use PLM very effectively, so you need to save the data onto the cloud itself. And this cloud storage is like expandable. So, and actually as a revision, we are doing the revision management, so data duplicacy is being removed. So your cloud storage or cloud storage use will be very limited. So you won't be requiring much storage for that. Also, if you require some additional storage, you can purchase that as well, sir. So we would like to advise you to use a cloud storage if you are using the 3DEXPERIENCE PLM for that. I hope I answered your question, sir. So if you are having another question, you can just ask it.
So Vinay sir has asked a question. If I make a 2-3 versions on part, then I can go on first revision or not. So yes, definitely you can switch between any versions of the part or assemblies within a SolidWorks. SolidWorks, which is a 3D experience SolidWorks. It will also give you a visual representation by different icons. Are you working on a latest revision or not? So you can switch between revisions at any time, sir, if it is saved to 3D experience platform.
Yes, adding to that, I would like to add some point like if you're doing revision of 2 3 revision of a single file, so you can just check a whole the whole history into the single window. So why this revision was done, so you can just add a comment over there. So why this revision was done, so what you have added or what you have removed from that revision. So there will be like a proper instruction will be available, like all the files, all the revisions will be listed out, and in front of that there is revision comments will be also there. You can just replace any revision with any revision. If you want to use some previous revision, you can just replace with you can use the replace with the revision.
Means, sir, I asked us question, is there capability to work on design offline if internet is not available? Yes, sir, you can work for the 30 days. So 3D Experience SolidWorks provide functionality to work in offline mode. After the 30 days, what we have to do to synchronize all the data that has been uh, with you in those offline state to put it on cloud back again to get use of all the functionalities of PDM and PLM. So it only it only provides you to work with offline mode once. I hope that answers your question. Praveen sir, it will after 30 days it will ask you to go online again. Okay, switch back to the it will ask you to log in to the 3D Experience platform to synchronize all this data after 30 days. So Praveen sir, when you are working in that offline mode, you can save that data on your local drive or folders, and 30 days you can directly save it on the platform.
uh, yes, Vinay sir, is this package comes with PDM and PLM. So so the PDM, the concept PDM is like a product data management. It's only for the data management. Okay. And the PLM, this is the concept for product lifecycle management, entire life cycle. It includes the PDM as well. Okay. So if you want to understand the difference between this, if you're like already seen some PDM or PLM solutions, if you want to understand the difference between PDM and PLM solution, so we can have like a actual demonstration with you. So if you want to see the actual demonstration, we can have our sales team may contact you. Also, PDM actually there are like a couple of PDMs are there. Vinay sir, I hope I answered your question. So if you are like other questions, you can just post it. Yes, Gaurav sir, Gorak sir. Sorry. So the cloud capacity with one license of 3D SolidWorks comes is a 25 GB. So out of which 20 GB will be for the 3D space, and there is some drive. Another concept is drive is there. So total will be 25 GB. And if you want to add the storage onto it, so the sales team can like guide you regarding the additional cost for that. But by default, 25 GB will be available.
Thank you all for attending this webinar on very your busy schedule, taking some time. Okay. Also, you can get in touch with these contacts for any offers that has been presented to you or for any queries regarding sales or subscriptions. Okay. So yeah, it's from this is from our side. Thank you for your attending this webinar.